Greetings, everyone. Greetings, Africa. Greetings, the whole world. My name is Malusi Ngube from the University of Johannesburg. We want to bring you the latest analysis of what is going on in Niger, in Africa, and the whole world. The old same story. There is no reinvention of the wheel here. It's about resources. Now, what the junta has refused in Niger is that you are not going to have a pipeline from Nigeria through Niger going to supply the whole of Europe without them being the major shareholder of that. The terms and conditions, the detail, the devil is in the contract. So they want to be part of that. If they're not part of that, then the whole thing goes off. So that's what is happening. It's simply about resources. Now, other people like France talking about their national interest. What national interest in Africa? When we talk about, according to the United Nations language, of sovereign states, what interest do they have when the majority of sovereign people of Niger say, we don't want you here, get out of Niger. NATO must get out, France must get out, the United States of America must get out. Maybe in future we can renegotiate with them on a win-win basis. On what basis can France come back, and on what basis America or any other country for that matter can come in? Now, this message, respectfully, we are asking the presidency of Nigeria, the presidency of President Tinubu. First, we would like to thank and congratulate the Senate of Nigeria, because they had seen that democracy is working. They said they don't support that war. And there's also commanders, elements within the army who are not supporting that war. So this is encouraging. Diplomatically, it's an encouraging sign. Right? So in terms of public diplomacy, Africans in Africa, Africans global in the diaspora, and progressive human beings, be they black or white, are saying we do not want a war there. Because a war has its momentum, and it can be fueled by the very same people who are hiding behind the veneer of democracy. The very people who finished bombing women and children in Iraq. The people who threw bombs at Nagasaki and Hiroshima. You can understand what type of mentality is that. So to you, President Tinubu, respectfully, seeing that your Senate and some of your commanders are saying no, even the king of the Ashanti, he said they are not going to have to decide about whether a war is going to happen in Niger or not, because part of those Niger people are his people. We would like you, an African Union, to constantly, painstakingly exercise peaceful dialogue. These are your brothers. You can get to talk to them. African Union has got the panel of the wise. There's your Thabo Mbekis. There's many eminent people who can be accepted to go and talk with the junta in Niger. Already one of yours has already gone there. The elderman Sanusi. Rather, what I would even advise President Tinubu or part of his executive cabinet, if they feel there's so much pressure, other than to be used and set up and fight imperialist racist war on our turf, rather, it's a suggestion, rather, resign. Say, I totally resign, and let a transitional government in Nigeria take over. And then at least you've saved the life of the black people. We cannot be dying from slavery. They did not respect our sovereignties in Africa when they enslaved us, and they still have to pay for those reparations. The estate that is of France, the estate that is of America, the estate that is of Europe was built by our forefathers. Blood, sweat, and tears, and we were not paid anything for it. President Tinubu, keep on exercising peaceful dialogue like you started with your Senate and your process in Nigeria. But if all fails, please, you and your presidency resign, and let's see what happens from there. I know Nigeria can be tactful, can be strategic, and this Nigeria has been on the forefront of African liberation. The 1980 Lagos Plan of Action, the 1991 Abuja Treaty, all those are in the repository of history to show the agency of Nigeria. Nigeria, you cannot afford to soil your name in terms of legitimacy for this fight where we are going. There is no way we are going to short-circuit this fight with the imperialists. It's not only a secular war, it's a spiritual war, what was done to our ancestors. So I ask people from Senegal, from Ivory Coast, from Egypt, from Algeria, from Zimbabwe, from South Africa, from Namibia, from Morocco, from Sao Tome, from the United States. I'm asking Louis Farrakhan, Nation of Islam. I'm asking everybody. I'm asking the Palestinians. Everybody progressive in the world take part. Even within CIA, you have those who are like Snowden, who made the WikiLeaks. We have those like Assange. There are those who are within Western intelligence who are for humanity, who are sick and tired of this rubbish of imperialism and racism. Come out, help us, so that we have a win-win situation for humanity. We cannot have 80 to 100 billionaires who hold 70% of resources of the world and people have nothing. This must be confronted. And this, all of us must stand strong and be able to die for that. President Tinubu, please, if you have to resign and let any other government in Nigeria take over, and we take this very tactfully, very strategically. We will not be bossed around by France and the United States of America. If France for the past week was in darkness, Africans have been in darkness given our resources.